Thanks for letting me come in here and talk to you. So, like everybody said, you've already heard from a couple great organizations. You'll hear from more. I would encourage you to take advantage of service learning in whatever form you can, whether it's with our organization or another, because it's a really awesome experience. But just to give you a little bit information about our programs. Project for Pride in Living is a housing and social services nonprofit. We operate about 1,000 units of affordable and supportive housing throughout the Twin Cities and the first-ring suburbs. We offer support services for families on site at our housing complexes, and one of those support services is youth programs. So just to start right off, I would say one of the things, if you're interested in sort of housing, economic justice, we do have some supportive housing, which serves families with multiple barriers to stable housing. So if you're interested in that kind of area, our youth programs can be a really good way to plug in and sort of get your feet on the ground in that setting. Our programs are one-on-one tutoring and mentoring programs, so you'd be matched with a student and you'd work with that same student for the whole program. I think that's kind of a special thing. I used to actually volunteer with these programs before I was staff, and I got to hang out with a little 7-year-old all year one year, and it was great. I still see him, he's still in the program. It was about 3 years ago, and every time I see him, he just like comes running and gives me a huge hug. So it's a really fun way to actually get to know a kid and dig into that relationship, even though it's just a semester of volunteering. So our main focus, like you kind of already heard from other organizations, is on literacy. We are really intent upon getting people reading at grade level. We believe that our work is to help students become self-sufficient learners on their own, so that they can do their homework without a tutor when it comes to that point. So we focus mostly on literacy, like I said, and then some other basic skills work, and that's for about the first half of the time. And then the second half of the time is really focused more on relationship building and mentoring, and the kind of more fun enrichment components of the program. So that's like crafts, games, sports. When it's nice out, we go outside. In the summer, the kids have their own garden plots, so they garden and get to pick their food and make food out of it. They also all do service learning projects, so the older kids will plan projects that they can do with the younger kids. That reminds me, I should tell you our age range. It depends on the site. Most of our kids are in elementary school, but we do have programs for pre-K all the way up through high school. So we have a lot of fun components to the program. I can definitely say from my own experience that it was a really fun way to spend an evening when I was volunteering. But you'll see on your sheet, you have kind of like a little bit of basic information and then 4 different sites. Those are our 4 highest need sites. We actually have 6. So if there's like a location or a time where you're like, oh, I could do this location or this time, but it's not on here, you can definitely contact us because there are a couple other opportunities. But our biggest need is in St. Paul. Those are our 2 sites at the top of your sheet. Those are Tuesdays and Thursdays from 5:30 to 7:30. And generally we ask for a 2-night-a-week commitment, although we do have some 1-night-a-week spots. So if that's more the commitment level you're looking for, those spots are available. So like I said, it's a combination of tutoring and mentoring. Our application process is pretty similar to what you've heard. We have an online application, and then we just do a reference check and background check. In terms of additional positions, I did want to at least mention that I heard from a coordinator that we have a couple spots at our Homework and Hoops program, which tends to be a really popular program for students at the U. It's a program that combines homework help and tutoring with with sports and recreation. That takes place over in Uptown, right on 26th and Pleasant, if you kind of know where that is. And we do, I found out, have a position for a gym activity leader. So if we have any athletes in here and you're kind of like, ooh, tutoring, not my cup of tea, but I could lead some sports, we do have positions available for that as well. So, and that's not on your sheet, so if you're interested in that one, because I just found out about it today, my contact info is on the bottom, and you can absolutely get in touch with me about those positions. So, that was a ton of information all at once. I'm trying to go quickly because I know we have a bunch of people. Did I miss anything? Do you have any questions? Yes?
I guess a lot of teaching careers want, before you can apply for a certain license, they want you to have observation hours. I noticed this is tutoring with 1 student usually, so would that count as observation? Like you're tutoring, but you're not technically observing anything?
You know, I'm not sure. I've got a family full of teachers, and I'm guessing one of them would know. I'm not sure about that requirement, but
So the education application, or people who are interested in applying to licensure programs, there's a combination of hours. Some you need to have in classroom with a teacher. Some can be outside of the classroom with a program like the after-school programs that you're hearing about here. So that isn't you do actually need in-classroom observation with the teacher for about, I want to say 60% of your time. The other 30 to 40 can be in after-school or sports, rec, club, camp programs, those kinds of things.
awesome. Thank you for the clarification. And I should say, 3 of the programs on that sheet do have licensed teachers who lead them. So if one of the components is working with a licensed teacher, both sites in St. Paul and the Partnership Academy site, which is on the bottom right, those are all led by licensed teachers. Yeah. Any other questions? Yeah.
Are all of these options just Monday through Thursday?
All of our options are Monday through Thursday. We occasionally have one-time projects come up on the weekends, but it's not usually with kids, so probably not a good fit for this class. So, yeah, if you came to me looking for a weekend opportunity, I'd send you 2 blocks down to D-Hub. All right. Any other questions? Okay. Thank you.